Yeah. Hello and welcome to the Unbelievers podcast. Wednesday night Weirdos live stream. What's up? It is your boy Russ. How is it going? Tonight we're gonna have a fun live stream, and I'm not by myself. I promise. I'm joined by Chris Porteous. What's up, Chris?
Hey man, not much. Happy to be here. I had fun last time, and we got to touch on some stuff that some timely stuff that you guys don't normally get to on the show. So that was fun.
Yeah, and I'm digging this intro song. This is actually a song very appropriate for tonight. This music must mean something. Wait, hold on. Let's see, jam for a sec. All right, I got to get out of here. I could actually, it's probably so long, I could keep it as an underbed. I don't think I'm going to do that. But yeah, tonight we will be talking about all of our favorite weirdos from the Secret Space Program. And this is something that these guys, we haven't talked about in a while, but they are always out there. And they've kind of come to mind again. A lot from our most recent episode of the Unbelievers podcast, where we did Sean David Morton, and we're trying to see if he should be in the SOS Hall of Fame or not. I won't say my opinion yet. That vote is still up there at unbelieverspodcast.com. But kind of getting into that, I learned some stuff about him as well, that he is kind of involved with a lot of the same stuff all these other secret space program people are involved with. But yeah, you're here, Chris. Well, because it's fun to have you on. But also because actually you're freezing up a little. Are you seeing like that?
I'm not seeing it. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll go with that here. But yeah, we had a good discussion last week about kind of what's going on in the current world of ufology and people like Grush and Can't Brush the Grush, I believe, was something we talked about last week. But since then, since that Thursday night, Thanksgiving weirdo night stream, there has been new news in disclosure, and it involves how did you put it? You had the greatest description of this guy. We're talking about Mitch McConnell. What did you call him? The blue screen of death or something like that?
Yeah. I mean, it's just interesting that a few guys are sort of pulling the strings on Mitch McConnell, and he might have an integral role in whether or not the American people are told by the White House about the existence of extraterrestrial life. You can't make this stuff up, guys. Mitch McConnell's at the wheel.
Yeah, that's so weird. And it just happened in the last few days. It looked like there was this big push that Congress was going to release, make this whole act almost like with the Kennedy stuff, where there would be, you would be able to have access, and they would use eminent domain to take control of any found ships, anything like that. I thought that part of it was very interesting, but this has been just completely blocked right now, right?
Absolutely. Well, yeah, we don't know for sure yet, I think, at least for now, but basically, it's every year they sort of decide between the House and the Senate on the defense spending, and Chuck Schumer, Senate Majority Leader, put this piece of legislation together, tacking on to that defense spending bill, and it's chock full of sci-fi language, man. Like, this is Senate Majority Leader saying, if you guys might have some non-human intelligence vehicles or bodies, we need to mark that stuff for declassification. Like yesterday, it's like a real person wrote this.
It feels like one of the documentaries you see from the like some of the people we're going to talk about tonight, because we are going to catch up on all our favorite secret space program people. But it does sound like the language they use, and it almost scares you, going, "Oh fuck, were these the guys that were right the whole time?" These, I thought these guys were just hucksters. Like
I mean, it's so weird because like you hear like some of the stuff David Grush says makes it sound like everybody's telling the truth, which makes you wonder like what's really going on, man. Because it's like, is it multiple? Are you dealing with various forms of intelligence and they don't even know how many there are? It's hard to say.
Yeah, and it is kind of like a secret. I thought like Miss Pulley, they like to keep it kind of like a secret. I want to see what's up to everybody hanging out in the chat right now. But so our first guy for tonight, I mean, it's just something you have to watch. We don't know if this thing's supposed to come out or not, but I do want to talk about what it's kind of led to, and something we've talked about recently, which is that Sean David Morton guy. Now, I didn't realize, he was a tough guy to get to, because covering him, I knew that he had this, that he was known for being basically America's prophet and a psychic. He put out UFO documentaries and stuff like that, but his whole thing was that he just told people that he could read the stock market with his mind, and he ended up, ripping people off for millions of dollars. I mean, it's pretty big in like paranormal ripoffs. I mean, this is like the great caper of them. So there was a lot to get with him, man, because he's in ufology and all kind of new age spiritualism, but also he's kind of still around right now. And I've got a video of him that I actually want to watch with you real quick. This is just to kind of get an idea of the guy. We didn't get to, you can find a ton of video of the guy, especially since most of his cancellation happened kind of in like, the mid 20 teens or then. So he's not the biggest YouTube presence, but I did find this weird video of him in Machu Picchu. And this is just to kind of give a little taste of what Sean David Morton's all about. So let's pull this
here in Machu Picchu. The legend was many women were here because they were high solar priestesses.
Flip the camera. Okay, first off, yeah, that's okay. We don't need to edit. This is first impressions mean everything. And here we go. This is
they started out with it turned the right way, and then they messed it up. It's a shame.
It happens. I know I've been guilty of the same. I think I've actually on bonus episodes used phone footage of mine. They're like, why is it turned sideways? I'm like, I've actually filmed this. So shut up. Leave me alone. I'm trying to get it ready. But so just a short video, but let's get a little sense of our boy, Sean David Morton. Oh, no, get him on.
Many women were here because they were high solar priestesses. They think, maybe.
Of course.
And I had two questions for you, too. You can see the people climbing up there. Susan thought that maybe they had closed it off. But you see where everybody's climbing up there? Mm-hmm. That's the hitching post to the sun, there. And the idea is, and Malfu, just correct me if I'm wrong on this.
Malku.
I'm sorry, Malku.
So right out the bat.
Oh, man.
Right off the bat, he's trying to school this crowd. It's like, hey, I'm right over there. It's where Malachu is over there doing a thing. Like, no. Malku, or whatever they're saying here. Malku.
Corrected by the audience. You love to see it.
That's never a good sign, especially when you're in a small audience on the side of a mountain in Machu Picchu. This is where he actually is in Machu Picchu. Is right here.
There, that's the hitching post to the sun. There. And the idea is, and Malfu, just correct me if I'm wrong on this.
Malku,
you fucking idiot.
Did I say Malku? I'm sorry.
They start yelling it out at him aggressively.
That's actually a piece of the mountain that they actually carved out. So that the legend is if you touch the hitching post, it goes all the way down to the world mountain, to the crystal structure at the center of the earth.
Oh my
and my other question was,
hold on, they knew who Melku was, but they didn't know all this other. I was like, oh my, I didn't know it did all that.
Just made that up, obviously. What a novel idea, just going around the world and like telling people about someone else's culture without researching it much. That's fascinating behavior.
Sitting and pointing at things, dressed as an adventurer. It's definitely something to aspire to,
Yeah, upstanding behavior.
The sunglasses on, the hat, everything. All right, I got to go back. Yeah, but they are super impressed with him. All of a sudden, I thought they were just ready to throw him off the side of a fucking cliff, but no.
It goes all the way down to the world mountain, to the crystal structure at the center of the earth.
Oh my
and my other question was, the rock here, you see the circular turret there? The large rock there, isn't that a super large stone, which is the same as Saxa Woman? Isn't there a big mystery around that one particular rock?
This is a mother rock.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay.
Did he say?
Oh no.
Did he in some weird way say
the audience?
It's like a sexy woman rock, but he was trying to like sneak that in there. But like, no, it's the mother rock. It's this. He's like, yes, a sexy woman.
Yeah,
this is a mother rock.
Okay.
Mother
Can
rock.
you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay.
Meanwhile, they all paid he probably solicited this as like one of those like come see the mountains with me, pay your 10 grand per ticket, we'll do a party of like 15 people, and I'll take you out there and talk at you, and he has them hosting the show. Amazing. What a business model.
Yeah, and that was pretty recently. I mean, that's since all like the canceling and everything like that. And I will say, because we're gonna watch a little more, this is probably what we're gonna watch next. Might be his last appearance on. Oh, actually, no. Actually, I forgot. That's the other thing about him. Now I can kind of move us into the UFOs a little bit. So not only was he out there, doing his premonitions and being a psychic guy, he put out a shitload of paranormal documentaries and UFO documentaries, and ask him about women. Yeah, ask him about the sexy women. He's like, they're like, no, that's our mom. Like, don't look at us like that. But I found a couple of documentaries he did, and I got one that's gonna kind of blow us away. I thankfully, mercifully, it was put in the chapters, which is good, so we can find this easily, get to the part we want, and right away you're gonna realize the host of this. You're gonna love this. Let's get this going here. And boy, check out who Sean David Morton got to host one of his own specials. This is pretty awesome. Watch.
We've just heard of alien abductions. Many victims recount stories of medical experiments performed by aliens, while others claim to have been impregnated by these visitors. Now we hear from people alleging to be the offspring of such encounters.
Yeah, it's the $6 million man himself, Lee Majors. I can't remember seeing Lee Majors in any kind of paranormal docs. That's a treat.
Yeah, that's pretty special. I don't know. What is this, like mid 90s? It kind of looks like it. It's hard to tell.
It's from his great company, Hollywood Movies. Have you heard of
yeah.
them? Oh, that sounds familiar. Hollywood Movies.
Yeah, well, it's always interesting when one of these UFO documentary guys tries to hire like a vaguely mainstream actor to present on the subject. It's kind of like Jonathan Frakes, like Alien Autopsy, or like Jeremy Corbell got Mickey Rourke to narrate the Bob Lazar documentary. I think just out of place, weird.
Yeah,
stuff.
I remember that. That was interesting. Yeah. You got Lee Majors here with his dye job. You'd think you'd just be seeing him in late night commercials for I don't know, geriatric products or something, like reaching sticks. But no, he's here. Actually, he's not that old in this. I'll give him that. But yeah, I can't remember what else Lee Majors really did beyond $6 Million Man. So.
Qualified to speak on UFOs,
obviously he is like the poor man Shatner as far as this goes. All right.
It can be a traumatic experience to meet your biological parents if you've been adopted. But what if your father is an alien?
What?
This is the story Eddie Page told us.
I am a genetic experiment that has evolved for the last 40 plus years. People I've come to know are from a star system called the Pleiades. I am one of their children, and I am one of many children.
What's that?
That's just like, it's remarkable to me. Like, you see less of these claims lately, and I don't know if it's sort of like people don't believe that, like, that sort of suspension of disbelief is still in the cultural zeitgeist or something. But like, I want a new person who claims they are half alien, not from the 90s,
Well, I like how people are filling us in what he's been in. He was Ash's dad in Ash vs. Evil Dead. All right, that's pretty cool. He was in a snowboarding comedy, Out Cold. All right, we're getting there.
Somebody's a fan. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, this is this is the kind of documentaries that Sean David Morton was producing at the time, because he got so close to so many weird cases like the Gulf Breeze 6 and their Ouija board. But this is his Palladian that he featured in his documentary. Man, can you imagine Lee Majors has to read this shit? He's like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
People know that I am not the only one, because I have 7 sisters who are identical to me.
What?
I am a sister of the seven sisters of Eddie Page.
Wait, what's her? Jilliquist is like a ventriloquist? Wait, hold on. I got to bring that back a little bit just to get her name right, because I'll never understand that.
Because I have 7 sisters.
So this is like a cult, right?
Yeah, she's identical to him, clearly.
A sister of the seven.
Victoria Jill Genquist? Okay.
Lil Genquist.
Lil Genquist.
Yeah. That's her stage name.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like, I don't know, one of the rappers in Mr. Show with the ventriloquist or something.
Exactly.
Of Eddie Page, the hybrid alien. I don't like the word alien. I like to call us celestial beings.
From the period of 1953 to 1955, with the knowledge that the United States government received from these beings from the Pleiades, there was genetic experiments allowed for certain technology exchange.
Some great stock footage for genetic manipulation. It's like a guy working on
an engine or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know. That's one of those things. One of the things that Senate Majority Leader and David Grush are not talking about is hybrid families in the Midwest.
Yeah. And that's the cultish thing about this guy. It's like, what was this? He's like, I have 7 sisters, and if they truly believe this guy is a hybrid, like this guy, like he didn't just have to live 40 boring years like any of us. He got to evolve over 40 years as a person. It's like his language, the way he puts it.
It's so funny. Like, he starts narrating, and it's like, it's the important piece of information he's trying to convey in there is that he's over 40 years old. It's like, what? What's like? Why is that relevant to the audience, sir? Tell us about the aliens.
No. That's just how many years he's evolved. He's evolved over 40 years to become this. And so it is kind of cultish, because you can, dude. It must be easy to get some new age chick if you're like, I am actually half alien and involved. And I can, we could go from there. You can be one of my alien sisters, and they're like, yes, you are what I have been waiting for. All right. Yeah. And Sean David Morton's all just like, I'm here for this too. I have to film all this.
The understanding that this technology would be used for the benefit of all mankind. There was a list given to the United States
returns from
government
war.
of the women that was selected at random to participate in these genetic experiments. My mother happened to be one of them participants. My mother wasn't supposed to have children. She had a complete hysterectomy, but about 4 months later, I was born. When we
little baby hysterectomy here. Oh, we got someone joining the crew. What is going on? Drea Laura is in the house. You maybe take you off for a second. You need a sec?
No, is that good? Can you hear me?
Yeah. I think you can turn your mic down just a little bit, but you are coming in good.
Just like last time. No mic. So hold on.
Oh, there you go. All right. Go stand on the other side of the room. No, so what we're talking about right now, our boy Sean David Morton from last episode, he makes great Hollywood documentaries. You can see Hollywood movies. This is his documentary, and he's talking to a guy who is a half alien, and his mom just had a hysterectomy. Maybe I'll get to that. We can take it from here. His mom had a hysterectomy, and somehow
before he was born. Yeah.
Somehow he survived.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll let you hear.
The United States government of the women that was selected at random to participate in these genetic experiments. My mother happened to be one of them participants. My mother wasn't supposed to have children. She had a complete hysterectomy, but about 4 months later, I was born. When we were born, we were sent back out west, we've been told, to a base, a military-sponsored base, where these children were analyzed and kept in isolation, and then the government selected government-sponsored families to raise these kids as humans.
It's like The Boys almost, but not.
But
these
totally true.
Genetic, yes, totally true. Genetic alien babies. This is where all our secret space people come from. All these experiencers and all that. It has to be.
So is he saying that he was born in a lab within a uterus that was outside of his mother's body?
I don't think he thought that far.
Yeah, because otherwise it would make zero fucking sense. There's no possible way.
He was like, you tell me. I'm just giving you the information. My mom was experimenting on Palladians, hysterectomy, me, the government, and now it looks like a just stock footage of an army guy holding the baby. Like, yeah, this is what it looked like back then. This guy, he's got a covert alien baby here. Let's watch a little bit more of this. I've got more of Sean.
I have been experiencing things all of my life, not realizing what it all meant until about the last 9 months, 10 months. And as a child, I was experiencing beings in my bedroom.
What was your first?
Whoa, where'd they get this alien from? That's pretty great. So yeah,
Wow.
She's one of the sisters. I guess she's kind of hooked up with that main guy, the half alien guy. It was one of his sisters. But yeah, so she's got some cool. Of course, she's got to get in on it now. She's definitely an experiencer.
I think they built that alien because that's like 2 different shots, so it's probably not like some stock footage they found of like somebody uploading their alien puppet to like sell on some royalty site. But I don't know. It looks like a static prop. It didn't move a whole lot. It just sort of slid forward.
They did but it did look like it was just some kind of public domain movie that maybe they grabbed it from. But I don't know. I don't recognize it though. You ever seen that image, Trey? You know what these guys are?
Nope. I would have jumped right up and said it if I did.
Like, hey, I seen that. That's the one he gives them the book with the light on it.
That's Mars
I thought
Attack.
that was just a drawing. Yeah.
This is the 50s version. Tim Burton's before the remake.
It was very traumatic to actually see something that I've been raised all my life that doesn't exist, to actually see a craft land in front of me and beings come off and say, they are why I'm here. I've got to know my father, who is a Palladian from a planet in the star system called Treacherous.
I have been a healer all my life, and I've had a light that pulsates through my body, which has had a tremendous effect on catastrophic diseases.
Eddie told us.
Wait.
Hold on. Yeah, wait. Go back a second. You don't have to hit play, but just like a still so that it's her.
Oh, sure.
Because right there, it's almost like a Snapchat where that's the caption, like, okay.
Okay. Yeah, this was
Sure, sure, Jan.
been waiting for that K to become relevant. Yeah, it almost looks like the Calvin Klein K or something too. It's very very specific. And I like how she has to just be shot in a desert. So like, well,
Yeah.
it's like we don't have a set, but this is UFO themed, right? The desert. It's like, that's all you
Spooky,
need.
yeah. It'll do.
All right, let's play a little bit more of this. This one chapter goes this long thing. We are just only, we're just jumping in the middle for this guy's tale.
Jesus.
Eddie told us about an unusual experience he had while in the Marine Corps in Vietnam.
Our mission was to assassinate the premier of North Vietnam. At this time, there was 12 of us who sent out in this reactionary team, and we were something went haywire, and every one of us got killed. And I remember all of a sudden.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we all died, dude. It sucked. Fuck.
It sounds like my grandpa stories of Vietnam. Yeah, we all died.
And then later on, we made it another week after we died. But then, wouldn't you know it, we died again.
Imagine he meant to say that, and like the alien like resurrects him somehow here.
Oh, I think that's what's gonna happen. That's a lot.
Yeah,
of,
it must be.
I feel like anybody who like did later on get into New Age stuff and they were in Vietnam, it's pretty easy to use. Like no one was out there, no one knew what was going on. You're like, yeah, it was like all kind of aliens out there. They were helping.
No existence no more. It was just like everything had stopped for me. And I remember a very bright white light. I don't know where it came from, but the next thing I know that I'm looking down and I'm seeing my body being restructured. I'm seeing some there was like 7 or 8 odd looking beings. They were working on me.
When Eddie was taken up on the ship.
All right, Chris, sorry. You didn't see who was hosting this before, Drea, but this is being hosted by none other than Lee Majors, the $6 million man. And this is the $6 million alien man. He's talking about being put together, back together again after getting blown up.
I thought that was the tomato, the big tomato guy.
Yeah,
I thought
that's
that was
higher
$1
budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had to pay for all kinds of kitchen equipment for that one. Disgusting.
Now it makes sense. Now Lee Major's like, all right, if it's a story about a guy being put together by other guys, I'm actually in. And I never realized. This is just an aside because I'm thinking of Lee Majors. I watched an episode of Bionic Woman recently, and there was an alien in it. It was just a straight up alien that came to help. I think I even talked about it before. Just kind of blown away that in that universe, aliens and Bigfoots exist. I'll have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Let them jump the shark, hey?
Yeah, it was. I think it was young Jodie Foster as the alien. It was great.
I was by his side the whole time and administering my light to him, to his forehead, while they were replacing his.
Try rubbing foreheads. Trust us on this.
And then next thing I know, I'm found 11 days later in a rice paddy, and I'm picked up by the U.S. Army.
This is actual footage.
Medical records and medical tests done here in the past year and a half have substantiated what I've been saying, that a lot of my internal system, my heart, my blood cannot be identified, even to the existence I have.
Yeah.
Sir, this is ketchup. You did not bring in blood.
Be identified? Okay.
Man, this is before 23andMe. He can find out who his dad really is now,
Ooh, yeah, it's hard to come out with this anymore. I mean, yeah, you could just show random x-rays and a guy being put out on a stretcher in Vietnam. Like, yeah, this kind of makes sense. I mean,
he can tell you exactly what part of England your great grandfather was from, sir. It's all good.
Oh, shoot, hold on 1 second. I've got to check to see if this is interfering with my family's Bluetooth speaker out in the living room.
If so, hello, Dre's family. Hello, Dre's family's lawyers. How you doing? So let's this thing is almost wrapped up, I hope. See. And the little circle is my wiener.
Victoria reports seeing the Palladians often.
They'll always throw flares. Sometimes they'll throw as many as 20 flares in a location.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Let me mute
Drea did not
quick.
mute.
Yeah, no, I know. Let me mute Drea real quick. That was pretty great. Hearing
Yep.
the explanation. What you don't understand is you guys are on YouTube right now, and let's go back a little bit where he's talking about the fireworks here. Let's see. Yeah, we'll be right back.
What I've been saying, that a lot of my internal system, my heart, my blood cannot be identified, even to the existence I have an extra vertebrae and an extra rib.
Extra rib?
Eddie and his sister Victoria report seeing the Pleiadians often.
They'll always throw flares. Sometimes they'll throw as many as 20 flares down in a location.
2
kind of
times a
little
year,
celebration.
usually. Somehow
Yeah,
early in
flares.
July.
Throw out streamers
Towards the end of the year.
Like they look like flares. And what they are electrical
Woo!
streamers, and they charge the atmosphere. And
That
this is
flare thing
a
even-
way of identifying themselves.
According to Eddie,
Well, okay.
the Pleiadians have been visiting our planet for thousands of years, nurturing our growth. And he says, the best is yet to come.
Okay. Well, no spoilers for me. I'm not gonna spoil that. So there we go. The story of Eddie and the Palladians. So it sounds like Eddie and the Cruisers almost. It's not. It's better. It's Eddie and the Palladians.
Is it Palladians or Pleiadians?
The way they were saying was like Palladians, but we know it's probably Pleiadians from the.
Yeah, it's like if you're going to, that's the thing that frustrates me. It's like if we hear different pronunciations and it's like, okay, if you're really from them, wouldn't you pronounce it a certain way and correct others if they're pronouncing it the wrong way? I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe we should give them a pass on believing flares are alien spaceships, because it does get the best of us sometimes. Even it was just earlier this year that good old George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell thought that a video of flares on an army base was a giant triangular UFO, even though it was plainly flares. And
so you're saying we should give them a pass because that they were so
this
blatantly
guy,
wrong?
this guy. But I mean, if you look at the photos, it's pretty obviously flares. And his main argument, Corbell's main argument, was like, "There's army guys on the base who are like, that's definitely a triangle," as if they would.
As if army
it's
guys
not
can't be wrong.
Exactly, it's not possible that army guys could mistake flares for a giant triangle. There's just no way in human history that could be possible. But
right, so they're not scientists, unless it is a scientist who's like, I'm a fucking expert. This is all I study. This is I live and breathe this shit.
And
It's
the
just an
army guys,
guy.
the army guys on the interview too, they're just like, we see flares all day long. That's definitely not flares. Pictures of it, it's 100% flares. Fascinating stuff. So
Thanks,
it gets us
guys.
all. Yeah, it gets us all. But they can't be right all the time. Those guys,
Yeah.
They could stand to be right, like, half the time would be cool, at least. I don't think that's
well,
asking too much.
I think they're probably, they're even, but just being right once is interesting enough. And they were, it wasn't that, I mean, it was so weird when that hearing actually happened with Grush, and like George Knapp is like right behind him in the shot like the whole time. It's like, oh, you mean that the weekend host of Coast to Coast AM is like right behind the guy?
Right.
Like, what the heck's going on? But
Should he have been there?
No,
questions we never have answered.
Exactly. But so I'm gonna give you something else from our boy. I got one more thing with our boy Sean David Morton. Before I guess we put that to bed, at least for a little bit. And like I said, go vote on unbelieverspodcast.com. Should Sean David Morton be in the SOS Hall of Fame? You might be able to judge a little better with what we're gonna watch next, because I think this might be one of his last ever appearances on like a YouTube show. He still was showing up on shows long after he was ditched from Coast to Coast and everywhere else. You don't see him
Not surprised.
much of. Yeah, but he was still clawing. I mean, you could find shows of him on like Rumble and all these alternative sites where people go once they get canceled into oblivion. But this one popped up on YouTube, and this him on a show called with someone called Carrie Cassidy. I don't really. Okay. So, okay. So, welcome. This is Carrie Cassidy, and this is what Sean David Morton is looking like now. Very, very recently. This is his new look.
Oh, I was like still alive recently, but so how recently?
A few months ago, before what we talked about. I mean, yeah, there's
Before
pictures
that,
of him.
okay.
He's on the left here and that, so he looks much different now. Yeah, he was a big boy for a little while, but he's definitely is getting almost that
He's
weird
medium to slim boy now. That's
yeah,
good.
medium.
Looks pretty good there for his age.
He does, and he's getting his little guru look going. He's got all black. He's got his necklaces. So let's we're just gonna check in a little bit with him now, see what he's talking about.
Cassidy from Project Camelot, and very happy to be here today. And I've got Sean David Morton, a very good old friend of mine, here with me, and looking very svelte, as he called it.
Thank you.
And nice to see you looking good, Sean. And
I'm leopardish, like the Project Camelot logo, the leopard or the jaguar. I'm sorry, you're the is it jaguar or a leopard? Did we figure that out ever?
No,
Doesn't matter.
it's a cheetah.
What does that even mean? That
Coming out of the
gate spots, or
they're just coming out of the gate hot. They got their inside jokes like, we know each other. Remember that thing? It was a jaguar or a leopard. It's like, it was a cheetah.
we're friends. We're good. We have fun.
We're having a lot of fun right now. I'm happy that you're having me on. All right. Sands of Time. He's got a great background. Sands of Time. 'Cause he was writing a lot of just random time travel novel. He's just into everything after stealing everybody's money.
And
Cheetah.
the song is a Jaguar song.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Baby
So
jaguar.
now that we've got our ducks in a row, Sean, how are you feeling, and how's everything going?
Well, I'm alive. They didn't think
Are
I'd
you?
be alive. Actually,
She's like, yeah.
I've talked.
Well, obviously, but that's the thing, we don't know, and we mentioned that. Yeah, I guess we don't know, which is kind of the motto of all the shows. But he is the most confusing case because he actually died like a month and a half ago. The internet was like, he is dead, he has passed on, and then he has been reborn, and it actually is. They call it his rebirth and everything. It's very strange.
It is very strange. True.
Is that?
Oh,
Is
I'm
that
trying
me
to
or
think.
Reese?
I think StreamYard is doing its thing. Can y'all can still hear me? Just give me a sec.
We can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see sometimes, like I'll see Chris's video freeze, but I can still hear him. It's probably happened to me too. At some
I
point.
don't know what's going on with StreamYard. My stuff's running pretty smooth. I'm getting my little thing here, but
Yeah.
once he
I
starts,
hear everyone fine.
yeah, what's going on?
That's good.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh, I'll go check the chat. It's like, no, it's kind of frozen up for me here. About 30 minutes in, dang. But so this is not that long ago. What you're seeing of good old Sean David Morton here, and it is weird that right away he's like, his first thing is like, yeah, I'm actually okay. I'm actually not dead. So I don't know. Maybe I'm starting to feel bad, like that he wasn't doing so great towards the end. Not that he ever did it.
Why would you feel bad? What
I
did
don't
you
know.
do?
Yeah, maybe not. I should stick to my guns from last one because yeah, I mean he's so fucking full of shit.
All we did was talk about things that actually happened, and it has no bearing on whether or not he's alive or not. You know.
No,
I mean, it's just oh shit. Now you've gone
Oh
completely
well,
dark.
hold on, but no, this might be good because I think I'm popping back in right now. All right, yeah, see it fixed. See, hello. Sorry about
Chris
that.
still be frozen, but that's okay. I think we can still hear him. Maybe.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Okay,
Yeah,
good,
that's
he's
all
still
right.
good.
Yeah, StreamYard's doing his thing tonight. Hello, what's going on? But
Iron Wolf, you only live twice. True. Especially if you're a born again Christian, maybe 3 times.
that's
Yeah.
true. Dark sayings. Oh no, you frozen. I know.
Yeah, that was
You
ages
gotta-
ago, dude.
You got to unfreeze.
I mean, mine
Chris.
was ages ago too, but yeah. The comments wise, it's past.
It is. So I know, all coked up. Yeah, he does seem a little all right. Chris jumped off. He'll jump back on, I'm sure. I don't think he's
Yeah.
getting too threatened here, but let me there
Yeah,
he
he got
is.
scared.
What is up? Yeah, he got too turned. He's
Everyone's
like,
internet
wait.
got scared.
He's like, wait, people can die? They can actually die? He's like, yeah, sorry about that. All right. So yeah, that is from his most recent appearance with that. I might try to let's see if I can. I don't know. Do I want to pull that back up? I don't know if I can.
Rumors of his death have been greatly exaggerated.
They really have.
Yeah.
That is a little awkward. Him coming in like that, talking about his I guess time. I mean, he's old. It's weird to say untimely death when it could just be timely death.
Well, I would say untimely if it's in anything other than just old age. If it's like cancer, then yeah, I would say that's untimely because cancer can happen at any age.
Yeah, anytime after the average life expectancy for your country and gender, I think it's timely.
Yeah, exactly.
guess so.
Well put, Chris. Well put.
And when you put out like, well, he kind of outlived Art Bell and all these people, but like, no, and you know, people stopped caring about it a while ago. I get it, but he is still alive, and he did do some shitty stuff. But he did kind of lead me into, because a lot of the things he talks about now, he is, you know, as you can see, he's talking about Pleiadian origins of DNA, and he is very adjacent. He did go on in that interview to talk about secret space program stuff, but I want to kind of catch up with some of our secret space program guys we haven't talked about in a while, particularly the main culprit of the secret space program, David Wilcock, the original, the OG. I want to see what he's up to lately, because we haven't checked in on him. We did his episode so early on that I never really kept up with him. I kind of kept an eye on Corey Goode. So I'm going to show you, he does some great videos. He lives in a really great place, but here he is with a video called, wait, what is it? The Great Moose versus Turkey Standoff.
I went out there right now. I'm dead.
Sounds riveting.
They would literally kill me.
Oh my God.
He's putting a little bit. So this is the David Wilcock complex that he has here. And he's, when he's not talking about,
David, what are you doing?
When he's not talking about the secret space program and beings on the moon and all of the great things you can meditate to do, he's up to this.
Okay, this is pretty interesting. I got a huge freaking moose.
I thought he was about to do like it's a fucking moose, but he got so close to wanting to do that. All right.
Huge freaking moose. Right there. What the hell is going on here?
I mean, you live in a cabin in the middle of nowhere. This shouldn't be. Is it that surprising?
They're just sort of standing out there, minding their own business. I haven't seen them fight yet. Yeah, there's some wild videos of them, like, you know, like headbutting each other right through the streets of Anchorage, Alaska, and stuff. But this,
I've heard. I mean, I just ran into a horse out in the backyard, front yard. I don't know. It's all the same. I was collecting some firewood, and all of a sudden, there's a horse right in the trees just going by. There's been a buck that's come right up to the house. You know, these wild turkeys. I could vouch for the turkeys.
Film this. He might be in your neighborhood.
What? Who might?
David Wilcock. Maybe it'd be like you get like horse versus turkey video.
Why would David Wilcock be in my backyard?
You're listing all the same wild animals. I think that's what was Russ.
There's no moose here. Yeah, no moose.
Moose fights are insane. You might be in store for one. He is building it up as one. So all right, let's see.
Oh, they got the baby.
Baby moose.
This is the mother and the baby who were attacked by Girly.
By who?
This is incredible. I've never seen him get this close to the house before.
Are we getting a good shot of his house? Check out his house. Oh.
I know. That's what I'm like looking at his house like, wow. So this is where this maniac cooks up his stuff.
Someone's doing well in the secret space program. Nice cabin. What do you do for a living again? Lecturer, author, paranormal documentarian, moose filmer. Right. All right.
Yeah, get closer to the window. I wish he would.
He's going.
They don't see me yet, so I'm going to be quiet.
Hey, you fucking moose!
Biggest moose sighting up close and personal.
Oh, there we go.
All right, he's got a good phone.
She's huge.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God! I went out there right now. I'm dead.
Really? I mean, not you could.
It would
you could
literally
open the
kill
door.
Well, all these guys talking about dying and coming back, saying, but it's okay. I'm in the secret space program.
No, I would definitely, yeah, right. I would definitely be terrified to go, like, to encounter a moose in the wild. But I mean, you're in your house. You could. It's not like if you stepped onto your porch, they would immediately like eviscerate you, like a bear.
They don't charge houses.
You could still just close the door. You're not gonna.
Yeah, that place looks sturdy. That place is moose proof for sure. Like if you're living out there.
That's crazy.
Yay, moose, moose, moose.
Okay.
He remembered he's filming. And he's an entertainer.
Child is getting big very quickly.
You know way too much about this moose family, you creep. Why is he so surprised? He knows their names, their records, who they fought already. He's like, all right.
He knows how many times they've been in jail and for what charges.
Oh yeah, that's Roscoe. He's out on probation right now.
Oh my god, just the fucking light balance is driving me crazy.
Yeah, because it's through the window. It is bright, and that moose is
They are massive, and I'll tell
Big
you,
old
the
moose butt.
big guy's a lot bigger than her. Oh, they're even
Right?
scaring the turkeys.
I mean, she's getting it.
Yeah,
Oh, you talking
my
about the
moose? You saw it here.
I guess
Moments
we did,
after the
David.
terrifying moose hazard has passed. Oh, they're actually still there. Now we got moose and turkeys
Oh God! All right, here we go.
playing off one another.
Is he home by himself? Do you think the rest of his does his wife call her to have a job, and he just sits home waiting for the aliens to come?
Yeah, I mean, turkeys are barely wildlife. Like you see them in cities almost. You know, it's like a chicken would be more surprising to see there. Yeah, it's not endemic, you know.
Where's the moose? Oh, the moose is all right. This is a good setup. The moose is way back there. But do mooses attack
Everybody
turkeys?
can get along. I put out enough food. You know, you guys can all be friends. Wow, look at this. The
fuck you said?
Baby moose is moving in on the turkeys.
Oh.
This is some high drama. Oh my God, look at this.
Oh God, it moved fast.
What's he doing?
He saw a spaceship or something.
He's protecting the food from the turkeys.
Oh, beautiful.
I'm not getting involved in this shit at all.
No
Why
shit,
would
dude.
you started it? Maybe you should. You're like, I'm gonna leave moose food and turkey food in the same spot and just see what happens. Fucking Wilcock, man.
So this is what he's up to.
This is what David Wilcock is up to these
Not at
days.
all. You guys do whatever you want. Okay, now that mean old moose is gone, the turkey family is here.
At least you know he didn't clean up before he started filming.
They're all here right now.
And here they are, eating on the corpse of the baby
There's
moose.
9 of them. I've never seen all 9 before.
There's always 9.
Yay, turkeys. You guys are so awesome. There's babies and there's parents. And they all...
And there's orphans. That one's an orphan. His name is Jesse. They picked him up a couple of months ago. Yeah, he's not doing much. Let's say that. This is what this was his big moose fight. This is what the secret space program, our main guy in the secret space program. I was shocked when I saw this first. I was like, this is what he has another one. I'll let you guys vote if you want to watch it or not. Maybe I'll give it up to the chat. He has oh no, I'll let you hear the name. It's called Squirrel Laughs Uncontrollably. This is his
So you're leaving it to the chat to decide.
I'm leaving it to you guys too. You can you
Yeah,
guys
I'm gonna pass.
You know, I would love for the comments on these videos to just be like, "Boo! Tell us more about the aliens. We're not trying to watch your home movies."
Yeah, that's what I want to know. What do the comments on David Wilcock's videos say from his
they're just
viewers?
like, oh, there's like beautiful turkeys. That moose is a
Wow,
stand-up
David,
moose.
your
Wow, you
moose
actually
are
did it.
doing good things.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're actually happy with most of his stuff. Yeah.
I like that with most of this stuff. Oh my God, this is just so. I can't believe that this is what it's come to. This is what the.
But that's not all he does, of course, because while he's not doing that, he actually does have a YouTube channel. That's like his main thing. That's a weird thing I found about Corey Goode, especially Corey Goode, his buddy, when I looked into this for tonight. When you look up Corey Goode, the first thing it says for him is YouTuber. That is like his main thing now, that he is just a YouTuber now. That is kind of what he is known for. That's his biggest thing. I thought it was, I don't know, lecturer, author, all that stuff. But no. So I want to actually talk about Corey Goode for a little bit and give you a little reminder of who this guy was. Now, Corey Goode is the one who came up, of course, with the Blue Avians. We all remember the Blue Avians. He's the guy who ended up teaming up with David Wilcock, and they kind of started their own thing. They kind of took over the world for a while, and they got in all that drama. They split up. They got kicked off of Gaia, all this stuff. And we haven't really gone into Corey Goode since the old Stina Bobina days, which has been quite a while. So this is very recent. Which also creeps me out about this. We're going to watch a little bit of Corey Goode from just last month. And he is still live streaming. He is primarily known as a YouTuber now, Corey Goode. And he's changed his channel. No, initially he was all about the Blue Avians. He is now all about the Sphere Being Alliance.
the Sphere Being Alliance. This is what he is known for now. And as you can see, he's got a great thing here. I'm gonna put this up. This is Chats with Corey Q&A. We get to see the actual Corey Goode. We haven't seen quite a while. And I will say he also has nature videos of him walking around. I'm sparing us of that. That's enough nature for now. I want to get into the unnatural, not the natural world with these guys. So this is what Corey Goode is up to now.
Well, a lot more polished than what David's doing.
He's got a lot of fucking followers on YouTube.
Yeah, I guess we could just get started on some of these others now.
Oh my God, that background.
So do you have any thoughts on Haim Eshed, who was I guess the head of the Israeli space organization?
So this is how this comes in. I don't know who this other guy is who's standing over a cliff hanging out with the Loch Ness hunter, but Corey Goode's looking way different on the other side. I haven't seen him in a while, and it looks
he's looking good.
Corey Goode on the right here?
Yeah.
He doesn't have that greasy look to his hair anymore. Remember that was his big thing?
He looks healthy. He looks like he's doing well.
Yeah,
I'm guessing he's asking him about that old retired Israeli military guy who was like, "Yeah, we're part of a space federation, and Donald Trump knows about it."
Yeah,
that was a great week.
That was I was going to say that was a great week. That was one of those other stories that just came and went. It's like, oh, Israel said we always known UFOs and we've always talked to aliens. So yeah, I guess he's addressing it. But he's addressing this last month. I guess it's in I don't know, in the wake of the war going on and everything else, that he wants to talk to Corey Goode about this. But let's hear Corey Goode nowadays.
Do you think that this was a legitimate disclosure? Do you think this was an attempt to take over the narrative in some way?
I think it was a legitimate disclosure. Yeah, there is this federation that is working closely with Western governments that have told us that they're the enemies of the Greys and other groups, and that they're here to help us, but they're really a part of the bad guy syndicate.
The bad guy syndicate.
Well, you know, this so far, it's like 80% congruent with David Grush comments for the record.
I know, that's the disturbing part. That's why when you ask things like, well, why aren't you like more in the Grush? I'm like, because we've been through Corey Goode and Wilcock. Like, we've kind of heard this from people we know. And I want to just take a moment to check out his background here.
Yeah.
So we know from the Blue Avians, I already spotted one Blue Avian chicken on the right
side.
I spotted two. And the poster, I think it says "Welcome Avian Buddies" or something.
Yeah, it says "Welcome to the coop."
Oh, it's blue. Maybe he painted that way. Maybe he is embracing the whole the blue chicken culture.
It has to be, because that's the only reason I would think of for him to not be in front of like a Tahitian sunset or something, like the way this guy wants to be in a really nice background. This is good. Yeah. He's showing he's got nothing to hide.
Yeah, and look, there's a little banker's box over in the corner there with all his alien files in it.
I see that, but I was going to say, I can't tell if this is an ashtray collection or these are little model spaceships. It could go either way for me.
One of those has definitely got to be one of those organite fucking butt plugs or something.
Yeah.
The pyramid. Yeah,
that one on the right for sure. And look, last thing I want to point out, I don't know where this chair is. This looks like grandma's gaming chair. It's got like that weird wicker background.
It's the coop. It's the coop. It's the chicken coop.
But I've seen chairs like that. It has that like wicker back to it, but it's got like gaming speakers on the side of it. Like what the which I mean, maybe the Blue Avians are cool. They're hooking up with this weird tech.
That's the latest chair available at Cracker Barrel, I think. Yeah. But
gaming rocker, is that what it is?
The gaming rocker.
They had to innovate. You know, they got to keep up with the Gen Zs, man. Yeah.
Oh, sure. Geez. I can understand that much.
A fucking Gen Z. This guy has been such a fucking snooze all the time. That's why he needed Wilcock for most of this, and I definitely will not. We will not make. He
needed Wilcock now to make him look better, because Wilcock's been a fucking snooze fest. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I know, but somehow he's got all the charisma in the room when he's standing next to this guy. And I guess they are kind of split. You don't see him do anything anymore. They all kind of went through all their shit here, but this is what he's up to now. I don't know how he's doing in the super chat department. I did see that people do some paid comments for him. I really wish he was going live now. When he does, I would maybe have to pop on. We might.
But to be fair, like compared to Moose videos, in the first 15 seconds, he's like, Federation's real and there's an evil alien syndicate. It's like you got my attention a little faster than Moose. It's good.
Yeah,
right,
well, we kind of know
Keep it on
Wilcock.
topic at least, you know.
Wilcock, you know, he still does his things. He's got his whole Q&As and everything. His videos on YouTube, but it would get a little redundant watching both of them. So that's why we'll just actually watch him talk real stuff. All right, let's see what else. I'll give him another minute or so. Let's see.
And they're they're master tricksters. Our governments and militaries are falling for the things that they're doing, hook, line, and sinker. But just think about it. They have two space military factions that are supposedly at war with each other that really secretly aren't. They just use that as a way to come in and have planets and civilizations to fall for this big ruse to become a part of this bigger galactic syndicate that they have.
Whoa.
But our militaries do the same thing, or our government, the secret governments, they will really have people on both sides of a conflict, but they will have conflicts happen every once in a while for different reasons, including being able to control people or to bring in more social control structures.
Okay, take a breath.
Kind of backwards.
Take a breath for a sec, Corey.
Yeah. He's
Like,
revealing
okay,
his
so
hand.
He's saying, yeah, right. So he's saying that in order to maintain control, they will start conflict in order to have conflict to control.
So basically, the aliens are Darth
Usually.
Sidious, and also he is an anti-globalist, and he's trying to use the alien war as an allegory as to why world government is bad.
Oh yeah,
Sure, but world government's not even anywhere close to ever working regardless. So that's just kind of a moot point to waste energy over.
Yeah, but it's un-American, I tells you, and that's why he doesn't like it.
All right, that's
You're
that
right.
I can get behind.
You're right. Look, these spheres won't put up for it. That's why he's part of the sphere being alliance. He's got so many weird.
That's why he's like, I'm against people breathing underwater, so I'm going to continue to drown people. Like no one was going to be breathing underwater. Don't worry.
I will give them to the talent of they put so much information out there that they can just become these almost like talking point machines. Like they know the points and boom, 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 and this, and this is. Oh well, you got to
Like,
know.
oh yes.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. I didn't realize that the spheres hated the bad guy aliens, but they actually that was all. But the Greys were just doing that to make us think that they. But you don't understand our military industrial complex and my lab.
But it's so like like I hate to keep bringing up like literally what your government's House and Senate are talking about like today. But like imagine being a guy like this spinning a yarn for like 20 years and like literally like a bunch of senators and House members are talking about like whether or not to disclose non-human intelligence and UFO reverse engineering programs. And like it's almost like not only is the general populace so disinterested, but like I bet you this guy's not even talking about it.
He
Look
is
him up right now.
He is, but I think he has to regret getting himself fucking like kicked off a guy and all that stuff. And see, the thing was, he overstepped a little bit. And his big thing he did was that he tried to copyright the terms like secret space program allegedly and blue avians and 20 and back. You know, the whole concept of you go do 20 years of work. Yeah, 20 and me. It's that whole concept of going to work on a distant planet for 20 years and then they regress back into you. He was trying to copyright those terms and then sue anyone else who ever talked about. He's like, well, I'm the only 20 and back. It's like, well, if you invented it and could copyright it, if you invented it, then it's not real. But so, you know, he got caught up in all that and doxing a bunch of people. So everybody like hates this guy. By the time that comes to fruition, where like he might have been able to cash in and been like, see, I told you guys all this stuff was going on, but he went too far. He overstepped. He fucked up. He tried to control too much. Let's watch one more minute.
As above, so below in that case.
Whoa. Back to you.
Bewildered.
Jesus. That was the greatest cutaway ever. I forgot this guy was even here. He's like, what do I do
Honestly,
with this?
I forgot he was there too. All right.
Oh, all right. What say you?
And a question from Bob, who asked if the
He just reads the chat. Okay, he doesn't need to react. He's not even he doesn't get any kind of co-host status.
Host.
He's like, just read the fucking chat. All right. Well, I'm not respecting them. But.
Nazis may have been given the same nanites that the Orion group uses to control people.
Possibly.
I don't know. They were.
Oh, I thought that was him. I'm sorry. Yes, Nazis have been given the same nanonites that what?
He doesn't immediately say it's not possible. He's like,
Let me go to my Nazi DNA file. I mean, yeah. And the great thing about his things is he's one of those 20 and backs is that he can constantly remember stuff that I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. Like year 6, we learned about Nazi stuff, and yeah, I know all about that because that's just kind of part of his shtick that he's constantly remembering all these things from his 20 and back past. Oh God,
We're given technologies. I would imagine it would be beneficial for the reptilian groups to give them nanites as well. But I just don't know.
Didn't win the war.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why didn't you just say, I heard they gave the Allies all these nanites and they were able to, win this war against all this? I mean, why isn't just flip the other way? Why does it always have to be Nazi UFOs and Nazi technology?
And
It's like,
it's okay. It's okay to not know everything. Can he just at any point just be like, well, I'm not sure? Because it seems like he just needs to have something for, and it just gets. It sounds. I don't know. It sounds like he's unsure.
Yeah,
of
welcome,
himself.
non-Newtonian Drew. What a time to join this. Nazi nanites.
Sometimes the giant triangle is just flares. You just got to take the L.
Yeah, just say I don't know this time. I don't know.
This is what I
Jesus
want.
Christ.
I want a chat guy like this. Like I want a guy who's got like the worst background ever. Is just looking down. Go, all right, we're doing it.
You really?
No, I just want this guy. I want to see if he's available. If you guys aren't available one night, I just want him reading. He's gonna come in and go.
I think
because the eyes of a ranger upon you. Any wrong you do? He's gonna see when
I
you're
guarantee
look behind you. That's where the ranger's gonna be, and he would have to read the chat. That would be great.
I guarantee you can get him. He'd probably be into it. I'm just saying. That's your next live stream, man.
He just
make it happen.
Might not have much going on. Yeah.
I don't know how many degrees closer to
Good luck.
Corey Goode I want to be. Right, I've already gotten close to the sun with a few people. Maybe I don't think I'll stay back from this one. He's a little litigious. Hi, Corey's lawyer.
Well, non-Newtonian Druid guarantees, or he wants to be the chat guy. So you've got to
all right.
Person
If you
on deck.
You need to get a cool shirt and slick your hair. Everything. All right.
It's doable, Druid. I too was a listener, and now I'm on the live stream. So what can you do? It's possible.
Yeah, he's gonna be reading them to you. That's gonna be, and you have to read them to me. All right, that's how we'll do it. Andrea can react. It'll be great.
After you said that the timeline that we're on will be completely locked in once the solar flash occurs, and this question is, in that event, will we know what timeline was chosen, how positive that timeline is after that event occurs? Will we have any sense of what is going on with our timeline?
Corey's like, I'm sorry, I was distracted by the calming waves behind you. You were so boring, and your background is moving.
Well, I was distracted by the way he couldn't read.
Yes. But okay, he just said that a solar flare bakes a timeline into place.
It was like, yeah, well,
I didn't know that's how time worked, but okay, yummy.
Wait, so how do we figure out what timeline we're stuck in? Because everyone's stuck in a different one.
You have to just
aren't
take
they
a bite
happening
and
all the
figure it out.
time? Yeah, I don't know. That's a wild one. And he just asked that question with a perfectly straight face. He's like, "That's what the chat said." What do you want?
He's like,
Let's
I don't know,
go.
man. I'm just giving it to you. Just do something more entertaining than David Wilcock, please.
Like I think he read the chat without consciously internalizing that it said solar flares bake a timeline into place. Like none of that entered his mind, but he parroted back the chat as a question. But like none of it was
None of
received
it filtered through
consciously.
his brain. He just went straight from eyes, mouth. That's it. Yeah.
See,
Jesus.
time is like a kiln, okay? And we gotta bake into this one spot in time when the solar flares are at their peak and the waves are crashing on my back, right?
Yeah.
So who's the clay?
Yeah, I mean,
Regis Philbin all of a
how
sudden?
it unfolds, if it unfolds. Well, I don't know.
Totes.
I don't know if the
Just say you
average
don't know,
person is
dude.
going to be able to know.
Ah, he said I don't know at least. At least he said it for a little bit. I don't know.
He's like, I don't know. Could you read better questions? Do my fans like, I don't know about time baking. I want to talk about blue chickens. Obviously, I've got my blue beads on.
The difference, to be honest. Like I said, even the most positive timeline starts off very rough. So I'm sure the people who, when the Anshar were describing how this timeline unfolded, even though that was the most positive timeline, people were dying and suffering. And I'm sure the people thought it was the worst possible timeline. So I don't know if I can really answer that question.
Yeah, this interview is over. All right. We get
This
it.
interview was
We
the
get
worst
it.
possible timeline. Fuck. I'm just
All
kidding.
right.
It could have been so much worse.
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, this is what we gotta find him live because maybe we can get some questions in there because he does these I think like once a month, once every couple of weeks or something like that. I think
Go
we
for
can
it,
get in
Rex.
on it. Well, I want in the chat too needs help. Maybe we'll stream snipe him a little bit and we'll get some people to go jump over there and see if they can get that guy to read him some questions. So this is his version. So he's always been a snooze anyway. He's like, usually he gets somebody like Wilcock to be next to him. Like, all right, this guy's charismatic. He's like, well, I'm by myself. Maybe I'll find the most boring guy. I look more charismatic, but you're not answering anything.
That's usually the formula to do because I don't see, especially from what we just saw from David's camp. That's a joke. That he doesn't seem like he's doing very much charismatically himself. So yeah,
No.
he had to get fucking shoreline dude. I don't see
He
them
okay,
working
so
together
he
ever again.
so yeah, so like I said, he needs okay. God, she comes in so hot. As you can hear, he was also appeared on the Jenny McCarthy show. Now you talk about
boy.
being with someone shot out of a fucking cannon. Jenny McCarthy is like the female definition of it.
Oh
She's
boy.
all over the fucking place. And she also, we might have to get into a little bit of what Jenny McCarthy show is all about. The fact that she has Corey Goode on it. And this was from a few years ago. It slipped past us. So let's see. I'm going to turn this down because her show is actually well produced. So she's on Sirius XM here too. Talking about, she got a cool skull shirt. All right. What was the name of that dating show Jenny McCarthy was on? Oh, everybody. Somebody
tell
knows.
ya.
Somebody knows.
I don't know.
Singled Out. Remember Singled Out? It was like 100 guys. And all right. It was a weird show. But that's what she's famous for. I remember Singled Out. Anyway, she's singling out one guy here, and it's Corey Goode. Let's go.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Jenny McCarthy Wahlberg. Well, you guys know.
Wait, I forgot she's a Wahlberg? Which Wahlberg?
Had to.
Which Wahlberg? Hold on.
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't care. All right.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Jenny McCarthy Wahlberg. Well, you guys know. Do I have to tell you what we're about to get into? Because it's my favorite topic. And Corey Goode has been one of my favorite guests on the show. He's part of the Sphere Bing Alliance from the Secret Space program. I've had him on with David Wilcock before. And
they're no longer friends. So he's just by himself. This was from a few years ago, as you can see.
She's like,
All right.
the Secret Space Force. Everybody knows about it. I host New Year's Eve. Everybody knows about
I am.
Secret
It is
Space
surprising
Force.
to.
Thank you,
Iron Wolf says
Wolf.
that it's Donnie. Thank you.
Donnie, the worst of the Wahlbergs, but she's still got that Wahlburger money. Good on
Look,
her.
I'm not gonna cast aspersions on celebrities right now when we're busy taking down these nerds.
No, we'll worry about oh my God, they're all hanging out in the Secret Space program, but it's true. They are known as that. And I will say, fun fact about Wahlbergs and Wahlburgers in the Pyramid Bass Pro Shop, there is a Wahlburger. I promise.
Wow.
Seen it.
having him come back because, like I said, as we're rounding it out here towards the end, I'm bringing back my faves, and he's considered, one of my faves. Corey Goode, welcome back.
Thank you. I appreciate the invite.
Of course. I'm very excited. So let me do some plugging before we begin.
It's a hot mic. I hope I'm not coming off saying the same as her. Like Jenny McCarthy, you're at Sirius XM. It kind of sounds like shit. Like he sounds better than her. I'm being.
Look, just
a little bit.
I don't know. I can say some things about some people who are allowed on Sirius XM that really don't deserve to be. So she's doing fine, I guess, compared.
They're
to
barely
some
hanging
other
on.
people.
I think Howard Stern is getting paid. And everyone else just gets to be the luxury of being on the air.
That's how I think.
Well, I don't
feel.
know. I
Yeah.
I think that I think the fact that every single rental car appears to be bolted with SiriusXM sort of guarantees their
Yeah.
success in perpetuity. But I can't say I've listened to Stern in a long time, but this is fascinating to me just because it's like the way she introduced the subject of Corey and the secret space program was so nonchalant, as if her average
Guys,
pleb listener was like all about it already. Like, this is fascinating
Yeah,
to me.
exactly.
I don't
Like, do people listen to the
it
Jenny McCarthy show because of this kind of matter?
I think she must
I'm
have just gone full on
literally blown away.
alternative stuff. I think she is someone who was what was she against? I don't know. She took one of those weird, I think a long time ago, anti-vax stances, and I think that kind of got her canceled. I'm pretty sure she was on the forefront of that. So she's very
Yeah.
conspiracy minded to begin with. So
Hmm.
but yeah, it is weird because she is like a pop culture figure. Be like, oh my god, you know we love our secret space program. It's like, we do? Wait, you know about this? Like, how the fuck?
Wait, what is she known? What is she known for? Like, I don't
Singled out and being
know.
hot.
I don't understand.
little bit of
That's
acting,
it. That's it.
little bit of acting, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
MTV
Okay.
made her
'Cause I
famous.
just don't
Acting,
recognize the name
modeling,
like fucking ever.
acting,
Okay, so
modeling.
maybe the modeling thing.
I mean, in the night,
Okay.
I mean, she did have like a very distinct attitude. Like, people loved her attitude, especially on that Singled Out show with Chris Hardwick and her. Yes, that's what I know her
Okay, yeah, I know the
from.
name Chris Hardwick, but all right, okay. Now I just
Yeah.
needed the context. Thanks.
But she's still in the scene. She's on Sirius XM and she's all about UFOs, which is great. Maybe we can get her to come on and read chat for us
No,
one night.
that's okay.
No, she'll read the chat. It'd be great.
You've got a YouTube channel, Sphere Ring
Oh,
Alliance.
I'm sure she would love to do
Works.
that.
Is that still the ObsessionWorks.tv?
Okay, she stumbled. And sorry, Iron Wolf. But Iron Wolf, we'll check with you first. But if Jenny McCarthy is available, I'm gonna grab her. I want to go to this because she sounds almost as drunk as me.
So let me do some plugging before we begin. You've got a YouTube channel, Sphere Ring Alliance. Ascension Works. Is that still the ObsessionWorks.tv? Is that still a place people can go?
Absolutely.
Love it. And then your graphic novel, Ascension Chronicles,
Yes.
Spheres of Influence, that comes out next July, correct?
Wait a minute.
It does, but in the next
He has a comic book. I will say he is very into the comic. He thinks the comic books is a great way, like much like Tom DeLonge is making movies and, you know, at the forefront of his version of disclosure. He thought comic books was his end. So he does have Blue Sphere Being Alliance and Blue Avian comic books and graphic novels. That is one of his venues. Imagine if it's awesome. No. I'm trying.
I think I remember that.
I'm trying to imagine that. I did look to see if there's any cartoons, but it's hard to look up Blue Avian cartoons and not just get a bunch of like kid bird cartoons. Like, all right, none of these are Blue Avian cartoons.
There's probably a small print run. It's probably like $500 on eBay because he printed like 45 of them or something on Kickstarter.
Yeah, probably signed by him and a
Dude,
Blue
all
Avian.
I had to do was type in Corey Goode comic book and it pops up.
Yeah. You gotta want it though. It's definitely independent. I don't think
Yeah.
you're gonna go to some Comic-Con. Oh, it'd be great if he was at a Comic-Con. Chris,
It's
get him
on
to come
it's
to-
on Amazon.
Chris,
It's
you
on
need to get him to come up to one of the
Amazon.
cons. He's got to
Yeah,
get up there.
exactly.
Oh, he would
Yeah.
do it. Pay me.
next week or two, we're going to start the pre-orders again on or disclosurecomics.com.
Ooh, that's going to be fun. I cannot wait. I'm looking.
Holy shit. She's either I know she's acted in a lot of stuff, and yes, and the Iron Wolf saying he did see her on Wahlburgers, so we know she's got some chops. But ooh, man, I don't know if that was acting or she's legit creaming at the idea of these fucking.
I thought Wahlburgers was a reality show.
It is. Oh wait. Oh, we'll have that talk later about reality shows, I guess, especially featuring Jenny McCarthy.
Okay.
At least she's, she's got kind of a plain look though, not a lot of makeup or fake eyelashes or plastic
not at all.
surgery or hair dye or.
Hey, I mean, like she's doing fine. Let's just
She's
get
killing
to
it. She's killing it.
Forward to that. So let's refresh people's memories if they don't remember, or introduce them to you if they don't know who you are. So I'm going to start a little bit from the beginning to recap. What was your title when you worked in the Secret Space program? What did you do?
Who was
I
your
was
daddy?
an intuitive empath.
What does he do?
And basically that means that the intuitive part means that you feel things before they happen. You know things before they happen. But then the empath part is a part where people feel the emotions of others and sometimes the intent of others. So we were a very coveted asset for, communicating with extraterrestrials and working within the space program, keeping everything secure.
Okay. Good.
He just quoted Qui-Gon Jinn when he's explaining Anakin's force powers to his mom. But yeah, it's good stuff there, man. But like, sphere being alliance, that's not a mouthful for a URL at all. Like
Yeah,
wild
come
stuff.
on, man. Make it easy.
And it's a way different background.
I can't even advise on that.
It's a way different background from when he's kicking now, when it's like blue chickens on the wall. He's like, "Yes, I'm in the library of the house, as you see, with my."
Well, he's definitely got the most professional background besides her, but out of the other three, or out of the whole three dudes like that we've seen, the guy who was talking to Corey Goode in the past, get out of here with that.
If he pops up on this. Yeah, if he's like, actually, I have one question from the chat, and he just pops up on the and she's like, and Jenny McCarthy's like, oh my God, Beach Guy's here. We love Beach Guy. Everybody knows Beach Guy. He's like, yes, it's his Renfield.
I mean, so much of your story to me is always so fascinating. Like I said, I can listen to it over and over again. And I even I want to go back even further, which was when you were younger, how they found you. And this was a method they did by doing these tests, standardized tests. And they found certain kids that I guess tested as intuitive. Is that correct?
Yeah, this was in Texas, and it was the beginning of them testing. They were using
Texans.
They were starting the widespread testing, where you fill in the little dots. That hadn't come about yet, but they were developing it.
Did you talk about Scantron?
Oh, but
Wow.
say what you want.
That's alien tech. Scantron was alien tech.
Say what you will about her, but she has prepared for this interview. It sounds like she actually dug up his biography and read it again just to refresh
Oh yeah,
her.
no,
And
I don't
he's
think we have any qualms with her.
oh yeah, but he's like, what did I write in that book again? I got to remember my story since you read it last weekend. Yeah, we were filtered out as children.
Right. But he is really good at kicking. He can do these interviews. He can just kick out these talking points. He's written these all down so much. He's done this so many times. That's his job, is to basically just tell this. It's like if I told you, Dre, well, your job is to tell this one story, and I'm going to give you all these different elements, and anyone tries to get you, you say this, you even keep notes. You tell it 50, 60 fucking times doing live stream. It's easy as hell, and it sounds so truthful. He's like, oh, yeah. Jenny McCarthy's like, oh my God. I can't believe you're actually here. You're really doing it. So let's talk about the beginning. It's like, yeah. So Scantron. It's like, what?
But apparently it was also developed to help them identify people with special abilities to be able to be pulled into these military programs. And actually, my family had been a part of a genetic manipulation program going back to World War II, when one of my grandfathers, who was a conscientious objector, joined this program similar to the white coat type of program, to where instead of fighting in the war, they were injecting him with various diseases or cures to diseases to see, how he would react.
That doesn't sound like a heroic role. Again, I'd rather go maybe get shot. It's like, you want to go fight? It's like, no, I am a conscientious objector. Fine. How about we just pump you full of a bunch of bullshit and you don't know what it is?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like he volunteered for it either way. It sounds like he was forced into it.
He's acting like this is
He's
like he's actually more heroic than war heroes, because he got me. And it does line up with that guy's story from earlier that Sean David Moore was talking about. That guy was talking about, oh yeah, well, my mom, she had a hysterectomy, but then he pumped her all this shit and I was born. It's all adjacent to the same shit. Corey Goode. I don't know how much more of this, but I am going to scroll this video. There is when they show those peak moments, the most replayed moments of this. So I'm going to go jump to that because I have no idea what it is, but I bet you it's going to be gold.
Kind of ridiculous that, all these changes in material science that are amazing, since the 40s and 50s, but we haven't done anything other than the combustion engine, that's right. Kind of crazy. But yeah, we have electrogravitics that we could, if they would release the technology, we would be able to bring satellites up, do everything we want easily. But they need to have the facade of needing these booster rockets because they don't want us to know about the technology. And the reason they don't want us to know is because it involves free energy and a lot of other technologies that would completely change life on Earth, but take away the power of all of the elites because it's all, about energy.
I know, and I know within the community, people are anxious, of course, to be like, bring the disclosure already. It's so frustrating. This drip is getting really freaking annoying.
Okay, so I think that was the big moment when she talked about the free energy. And yeah, we've heard all these guys talk about that, but it's hard to be genuinely excited. Like, all right, finally, like we'll get that free energy, like the aliens promised us. It's like I don't think it's happening.
Well,
No.
yeah, I mean, free energy would be like the most destabilizing thing imaginable.
Yeah, I think what she said was correct. And he was saying, it's going to no longer have people at the behest of, all these giant fucking multi-billionaires. It's like we wouldn't need them anymore,
Not just that, but one bad apple can create apocalyptic amounts of damage with free energy also. That's probably the bigger problem. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's interesting though, because that's like exactly right up the alley of stuff you're hearing like this week from like Ross Coulthard, and like that's just, it's just more like right on the nose David Grush type stuff, man. It's interesting how that's the most replayed moment because it's like the closest thing to the current conversation. But I don't know. It's interesting how that there's a little grain of interest in there peppered amongst the silliness. It's good stuff.
There is, and so one of the biggest things I think Corey Goode is responsible for is giving us the blue avians, and the fact that he tried to actually copyright that term that these are my aliens. I discovered this. Get away from the blue avians. It's too late. Once that bird was out, that became just kind of part of modern UFO lore. And I know you were kind of saying like, yeah, this Corey Goode's probably been around for 20 years. He really only came forward in like 2015, 2016. So he only had like he was only kind of big on the scene for about 3 or 4 years, and then everyone called bullshit. And then he kind of reverted back to, I mean, Jenny McCarthy was still when he's at his height. So I guess he had a good 5 or 6 year run before he was doing, listening to super chats with the guy on the beach. But I want to show a little bit of what he's inspired, which is great. So not only has he inspired the blue avians, but when you get aliens, every alien needs not only a channeler, but they also need a light language. And we are going to get both of those things here.
Hi, beautifuls. This is Sananda Krista Palladium Portal, and I am an awakening and activation coach. But what is transpiring today is I was sitting, my blue avian aspect, Kokosh, was coming to me and urging me to come and make a video, so I was happy to. And this is an activation, and what I'm hearing is an activation to your benevolent self. That's all the information I've gotten so far. If I get anything else while I'm channeling her, I will pass that on, okay?
Okay, so she's kind of preparing us here for the fact that she is very into blue avians, and she channels a lot of stuff. This is someone interesting I just found very recently, and it's about to get good. If I found a channeler, it's for a reason, and this is it.
Kosinike koko kila koko ina huahesine koka kia koko siti wana waya huahesine dino huahesine wina kala koko sine waya kala koko sisine wina na lo koko sisi waya ko yini na lo hiki koko sisine waya kaya.
Okay, so you get a little taste here. This is blue avian light language. I've never heard this before. What do you think, Drea?
You haven't heard it before?
I haven't heard blue avian.
I thought that we had from like somebody else that I know we've heard so many of these bullshit channelers and everything, but I could have swore that blue avians were
calm
up
down.
there.
Corey Goode might be yeah, that's the other thing. You have to exactly, Dre. And you have to
I didn't understand what you said.
I was just trying to react as if this wasn't bullshit. But we already know that Corey Goode and the blue avians are bullshit. So almost by proxy, I feel bad for this lady. He was like, yeah, I'm channeling these things. It's like, lady, I don't know about these. Like even the guy who has them,
regardless of the aliens, I'm talking about the channelers are the bullshitters, like That's all.
To me it sounds like I don't know what she's saying, but I think due to my global ignorance, I'm not sure which real culture she's offending by talking in that way.
Exactly. Here's the thing that I can pick up on, and look, I'm not an expert, but I've always been fascinated by language and linguistics, right? She's going between 3, maybe 4 different like diphthongs and syllables and just going alternating between just the 4 of them. Like what kind of language only uses like the unless what she's channeling, the words are literally the same thing, like, oh my god, there's a fire, hot, oh my god, there's a fire. That just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like
Imagine
how
aliens
complex of a
are like
thought are you conveying?
the blue avians are so inefficient at sentence structure. Like you wouldn't believe these guys. Yeah, they're
It's
real
but
bad.
maybe it's because she's a translator, so she's like, oh, but number D. All right, I want to pull back a little bit. Let's see what else she has to say. She's got more light
Oh, we
language
don't have
for
to
us.
go back, do we? Yeah.
Oh,
let's
not
go
far.
forward. Okay.
Waka waka.
I think she said quinoa at one point.
She did. She said quinoa waka waka. I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
Well,
No,
Russ,
hold on, wait.
Quinoa waka. What? Yeah.
Yeah, Russ was
Okay.
implying that she went to the same sign language school as that fake sign language guy who was translating for Obama during Nelson Mandela's funeral. But they went to the same school. You know, that place needs to lose its accreditation for sure.
If it hasn't
Light
already.
language is the light, and I will do one of these. Of course, you know, I'm doing this tonight as Wednesday night weirdos because I had so much fun on Thanksgiving, just covering a lot of people. We talk about so many people on the show over the years, and we just move on, and we don't realize what the fuck else they've influenced or what they're up to. And catching up with them, yeah, the Goode and Wilcock look kind of pathetic, and poor Sean David Martin, he's not doing great either. But she is flourishing because she is out there. This is one of their a new acolyte, I guess, with her blue avian light language.
Yep. And bird necklace. Get the connection there. It's really on the nose.
It's actually playing.
Yeah.
Amen.
What I did here understand is the Blue Avians want you to go ahead and replay this because this is going to be a very short video.
Oh, did they say
Replay
that?
the activation. Make sure you look in.
They must have
My
said
God.
that. They're like, look, I have to make this a very short video. I'm sorry, guys.
Like,
I
look,
think
we have really low bandwidth here, so you're just gonna have to download it and play it at 128. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I think her light language is messing with my thing again. Am I frozen again, or am I still
Yeah.
going? Yeah.
No, you're frozen. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured as much. As soon as I got into that blue avian trance, I could feel it coming on here. So we'll probably have to do a little bit of a reset here, but I got maybe one more thing if we want to, if we can get things working again. Well, thank everyone for hanging out though. If I
Yeah.
can't get this going anymore. But Blue, I actually had another one of her because she might be something we can dive into a little more. Or this new light language channeler. I found she's got a great channel out there, a channel for her channeling. Who'd have thunk it? But yeah, her videos. She touched, man. All these light channelers, they love touching on all of the aliens.
Okay, and he's gone. And terrific. So now it's the let's talk shit on Russell
Well,
Ryan TV show. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it's
you
just,
know.
he excused himself and he has to go potty.
Yeah,
But
well,
I don't know.
I'm sure he'll be back. But you know, it's always a good time when Russ leaves to talk more about David Grush and Chuck Schumer. Obviously, that's what That's what you guys need. You need more of that.
That's what people need in their lives.
Yeah, it's just like people really just don't appreciate how funny it is that it's currently going on. Like what people have wanted for years is currently going on, and everyone's asleep at the wheel. Man, it really bums me out.
Well, I mean, I guess it's like, well, what are people supposed to do with the information? What people were eager for was, first of all, just the acknowledgement, and then 2, what's going to happen next, and then that's the crickets part, is what's going to happen next, and then what? So
yeah, that's a good point. But I don't know. I think there's a lot of social implications that people just aren't ready to process. And I think that's explaining their willful ignorance on the matter. But What can you do? What can you do? They like listening to it when it's fiction and when it's plausibly deniable, but it's a little too close to
Yeah.
home these days, I think.
I guess
I don't
maybe
know.
a possible reason for that is that when we're, listening to or reading or watching a fiction about it, is that we get some kind of glimpse at maybe the intent and how much they know and how intelligent they are. And here we've still got a bunch of question marks. All we've got is finally the admission from the government, stuff that we kind of already knew, but we just wanted affirmations of, but we still don't know anything about,
Well,
really.
we already knew it in the sense that we already knew Bigfoot existed. This is a little different. I think it's like when you get somebody like theoretically like if David Rush was talking about, oh yeah, man, we got this Bigfoot program, we're tracking like 10, 15 of them. That would be weirder than this, I think.
That I think that would be, because for
Yeah.
one, yeah, there's people who have had, Bigfoot sightings and all of that. And I'm not saying that Bigfoot exists one way or the other, but don't even get me going on the whole psychic Bigfoot thing and interdimensional Bigfoot shit.
Or he's just an
But
alien. Yeah.
yeah. But as far as what we know that we can see in the skies, what I know that people have seen who I trust, like they're sane, rational people. What I have seen with my own eyes, I'm like, okay, yeah, I definitely saw that too. That's just,
Yeah.
it's just irrefutable.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But those are those lucky people who have those firsthand accounts, I guess, right? But like Grush is so interesting because he talks about craft and like alien bodies, but in that hearing, one senator asked him, so like, do we have any agreements with these aliens? And he's like, I've heard things about that, but I didn't specifically get clearance to talk about that, so I can't tell you about the
Whoa.
agreements with the aliens.
And that's what I mean with the more question marks, And welcome back, Russell Ryan, to
Yes,
the
hey,
Chris Andrea show.
I know. Thanks for holding it down. My God, I'm looking at a thing, getting all cocky, pulling
Oh, we
this
talk
off.
mad shit about you, so don't get
That's
too
fine.
don't get
That's
too
why
comfy, man.
that's why I brought y'all here. That was the whole point. Speaking of talking mad shit, look, I want to go out at least on a bit of a positive note, and hopefully this will work a little more. So I found something. I know we've gotten our secret space program guys going. I found something that is a pretty remarkable, as we like to say. And I don't know how I missed this after so long. But our boy, I usually have to do a palate cleanser after we play him. But our boy, Joshua P.
This guy
Warren.
and this is the palate cleanser. Wolf.
Oh, that's the only way to clean yourself with the secret space program and the blue avians and all that. I actually found something, a bit of an acting venture of his. Something I found a poster for this or an image of this a long time. I found the image of this a long time ago. Joshua P. Warren made some kind of movie called The Commodore. And I remember finding a poster of it. I remember even photoshopping Kevin Cobbs onto the poster at some point, but I never found the actual video. Well, turns out
you photoshopped Kevin Cobbs onto it.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah. So I realized about a year ago he uploaded this movie there without any kind of fanfare, and it's fucking remarkable. You're not going to believe what this movie that we've completely missed. So we're just gonna watch a little people jump around, but you guys gotta check out this. This is unbelievable. This is Joshua P. Warren. He posted it this year, but he wrote, you created 2016. Like, give me a little credit. All right.
That's how you title a video.
That's
right
how you
there.
because that's
101.
Created 2016.
This was a long time ago, guys. Yeah, great titling.
PP, you're supposed to put the year in brackets at the end, for God's sake.
So grab your popcorn.
Fucking amateurs. Fucking embarrassing.
For your own good, the producer strongly suggests you enjoy this film with a glass of your favorite beverage, especially rum. All right, this is a drinking
I'm
movie.
running low on mine.
All right.
Can you see where the stock footage ended?
Yeah, as soon as the skies got fucking terrible.
So we already know, what was it? Redneck Zombies was his movie. What was it? Inbred Rednecks.
Inbred Rednecks, yeah.
Inbred Rednecks was the big, long, Duzza, drinks up. Yeah, even PP is telling us drinks up for this one. So we're going to be introduced. This is The Commodore. Now, watching this, and we know it's created in 2016. That was about the time where that's about the time he was almost first mentioned on Unbelievable podcast. Maybe about a year after this. This is a prime PP time. We know he's making wishing machines around this time, and I think he is living in Puerto Rico where this is being filmed.
Sounds about right.
It looks about right too, huh?
Well,
but we're
yeah.
Hey, barkeep. Can I get a vodka?
Barkeep.
Sure.
It's like,
so you may be asking yourself, much like Poochie, where's PP? I thought this was his movies. This is a great little intro. Barkeep, vodka, and something.
There you go. What's up with this guy? Oh, that's the Commodore. He has his friend, but only he can see it.
Really?
She's doing the classic crazy gesture.
It's before she said a
looks
word.
like she's just twirling her hair because she just keeps going.
He's right there.
He's
it's like
right
bartenders. He's probably one of your best customers. You've never fucking seen this guy in your life. Like, oh, he's a fucking asshole. He's constantly here.
PP's direction is like as if he's making a silent film. It's great. If you like,
he's very Charlie Chaplin it up.
This is PP Chaplin. This is his the tramp character, the Commodore. The Commodore.
You see how exaggerated his movements are, and she's doing like the crazy gesture. Like you almost don't need the words.
Yeah, they should just do the one like cutscene with just like some of the words, and then let it play out just completely silent.
Should I just cut the sound and we just watch this as a
we should just put a sepia filter and add some.
All right, actually, I'm allowed for a minute. I'm just gonna hit mute. I'm gonna hit mute until he actually says anything. Let's see.
You just dub him yourself. It's great.
Yeah, I got the allergies again.
Oh, that's not my internet. That is his actual film.
I know.
I've never drinking anything out of a can that's given me that reaction. Okay.
He's getting the water out of his ears from his time at the sea.
1 year earlier. See, I hate when movies start that. Just like start your movie. You know.
There's your silent film text card.
Okay, wait. I gotta hear the music. I knew that had to be music.
How dare he abuse that dog with his presence?
Yeah, you called it. It's an hour-long film.
If I'm a washing machine customer, I have questions about him at this point. You know,
that's the point we made with Inbred Rednecks. It was like, wait, hold on. You're this secret mystical dude who's going to teach us all this stuff like your movie.
He should have just stuck with making movies because that was infinitely more entertaining than anything else he's done in his entire life.
Oh,
including the
definitely,
sigils.
Man, he was definitely made for the VHS era too, where you could just put so much bullshit out there and get get it seen easily. Poor the Commodore. I don't know. Wait, let me go to this video. How many views does the Commodore have? Let's go down and look.
1,000.
Yeah, it's got about 1
Didn't
gig
even have
views.
to scroll down.
Okay, you're right. All right, sorry.
This makes his production value from last week even more disappointing, though. You know, like he knows how to try.
I mean, does he, or did somebody try for him?
No, I think he made that Inbred Rednecks movie too. He at one point had a guy. He puts.
I don't believe him. I believe everybody else does the shit for him.
We got to see the credits.
And I do think this. He had a pretty fancy little title card in the beginning. This almost is one of those ones where
fancy to you. Wow, your standards are low.
You see my production value, so yeah, I'm like, this guy's killing it. Holy shit! You saw that intro? You see my thumbnail?
I know. I'm sick of seeing him look like he needs a. Never mind. Let's move on from this.
Yeah, this is one of those ones. Yeah, this is one of those ones that brings me the other way. I'm like, you know what? Maybe Josh was not so bad. All right.
It needs a censor bar.
Ew. Oh, hey, little puppy. How are you? What's your name? Oh, seriously?
He wrote this, you say?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm about to say, hold on. I recognize the dog. That's the same dog from that video when he made that song recently where the dog was dancing. And we're like, all right, that was pretty cool. You did a dog video. All right. But he's going to ruin it.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I have to pee. Was that kidney stones?
You know what I need.
Yeah, pollo pincho.
Pollo
Piss
pincho.
Why did he grab his crotch? I don't understand.
Why did he try to stick a pool stick up his ass too? I mean, there's lots of questions here.
I
Why
think
is he starting over from the same kebab?
They're implying that he hit himself in the nuts while playing pool.
Oh, they should have actually shown it.
Pollo sticko or whatever. All right, I gotta say, as a Commodore so far, is he like the Puerto Rican dude or something? What is this character supposed to be?
Don't say that about Puerto
That's
Rican.
such an.
But
then don't say that about the dudes. That was such an insult to both camps, right there. Honestly.
I'm coming in hot. I don't give a shit.
Clearly. No, I think this is one of the things we should say for like a watch long. Same as.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna watch much of this. Believe me, we still haven't heard him speak a word. I actually had.
He just did.
I feel like renting a theater and like having a public screening of this.
All right, well, I might do. I'll allow the chat a couple of. Give me a couple timestamps. Someone's already figured out how long is this film. It's an hour long. Yes. Someone
it says it right there.
I'll throw out 2 timestamps. Someone pick something between 328 and 101. The first one that comes up, or from one of you guys, I'll go to so we can get a little better idea of what's going on in this film. I actually have one myself. If I can get to it, let's see. I know I scanned through this a little earlier. I found a great scene. All right, there's a scene I want.
You're showing
watch.
everything.
No, I'm not. I want to watch this part right here. This is my timestamp.
Where is all this deep-seated hurt coming from? What are you carrying around with you?
Okay, that's as many seconds as you get. Yeah.
I will.
As you get, dude. That's
I'll
as long
stop
as you
it
get.
where it goes.
Come
It
on.
goes to this flashback, this great flashback. So scenes like this, when I see that he's just got really bullshit blue screen backgrounds here, like he's not taking it super serious. Watch this guy walks around. I mean, it looks so bad, but of course on purpose.
That's the bridge from Frigate on GoldenEye 64, actually.
And that's the guy from Lost. That's Saeed, who got a bit part in this. Yeah, this is flashback part. Yes, I had never seen this either. This is the Commodore, a great Joshua P.P. Warren addition to the thing that we didn't really know about. So we will save it. Yeah, we'll do a watch along or something like that. We know he's out there. Take that off. Yeah. So I want to thank everybody. I'm sorry we had a little technical trouble tonight. I know we're killing these live streams. We're trying to do it,
It's
but
StreamYard. It's definitely on that end because Russ has got a brand spanking new computer, and there's no reason. I mean, the way things freeze up, it freezes for all of us at different times. So
yeah,
it's just the way it goes.
And for this, like a lot of times, I'll keep the movies, like save them locally, the videos to watch. I was trying to venture out and play the YouTube a little more. I don't know if that was slowing me down, if that fucked shit up. Like I'm not putting the now I'll just have to download the Commodore, have the Commodore on here so we can watch
the safest way to go.
At any time. Yeah, absolutely.
What if he took it down? That'd be terrible.
I know, right? He finds out that we're watching this, and he's like, no, that's not happening.
But we're his biggest fans, and vice versa. He loves us, so
I know.
I don't see why that should be a problem.
It's a symbiotic relationship. We kind of need each other at this point, right?
Yeah. Well, if this went out on your audio feed, several times the number of people who watched the Commodore on YouTube would hear about the Commodore. That'd be a favor to him. But
yeah, exactly. We do give him traffic ultimately. So I think the symbiotic relationship is fair to say a little bit.
For the amount of followers he has, only having 1K views on that. It's like, come on, we're putting some eyes on your thing at least. I mean, you put a decent amount of work in this.
Put some eyes on your thing. Mm-hmm.
He definitely wants eyes on his thing. I mean, I really do hope he just drank a lot of rum, and this was like a rum phase of his where he's like, I'm just gonna drink and make a really stupid movie called The Commodore.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna bring it. Yes, rum. We got to get.
Oh wow, there must be a significant lag.
I'm gonna watch one final thing to get out of here because I'm gonna bring it back to the Secret Space program. Because after watching this and after seeing Corey Goode
and David Wilcock again. I'm sure you all want to go out and meet them and get their autograph. I don't blame you. I'd want to too. But sometimes that doesn't really work out, as we'll learn.
How now, brown cow?
Starstruck by David Wilcock. Jesus Christ.
Wait, was that a Linda Moulton Howe sighting? Is that what you're saying?
She's in there. She's in one of those pictures.
Wait, I gotta go back. Bring it back. Which one's she in?
There you go.
She is. She's right there.
There she is. Good eye. Good eye. I didn't even notice. I was so transfixed by her fucking fuzzy ears.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know what was going on with her hair, and I saw David Wilcock's forehead in the background. I'm like, he's definitely there. You got
and then now we see Linda's forehead. Like,
that is good call. Good call.
Hack room.
There be scammers. Boom. I guess this is her money shot. That's the other dude from Ancient Aliens right there, right? He's so harmless. That's not Daniel. That's not Sokolos behind her either. As a guy who's maybe standing in for him. That is the other guy that shows up on Ancient Aliens all the time. I don't know why William S. Burroughs has come back to life on the right side here. I didn't know. I guess he can show up wherever he wants. All right. She's so bad at taking selfies with her heroes. She doesn't make a fucking video about it. Now she got a picture.
Look at this. Look at the way this room is. She could easily just walk up and be like, "Hey, can I take a picture?" Like, how fucking hard is that? There's like 12 people in this room. God damn.
She's like, oh no, people keep bumping it. Oh shit! Every time I'm in frame, I'm dropping phones, fucking slipping out of my hand. And everything else.
She looks. I mean, it looks like people have had a good time. I don't think she's sober. That's just a guess.
Could you imagine if like the Ancient Aliens crew just like at these live events just parties so hard? Oh my god, that we're getting confirmation of that in the chat.
They're like, oh my god, socialization.
Man, I don't know. I've never seen Wilcock and how Linda Moulton Cow that close together. I'm like, I'm shipping them. Let's do it.
Imagine they can get before pornography. Yeah.
Imagine if they're all just actually cool. That'd be crazy.
I know Wilcock and her. I think they are actually. I think they actually are. They're like, we made a lot of money this weekend.
They're secretly cool.
We're cool.
They're like, listen, we have to keep up our nerd appearances so that people don't get how fucking down we are and how fucking bad. We party so cool and so down and so bad.
Pete found the actual reason for this video. She has a shitty phone camera. She's got great editing skills where she's putting this fucking epic music and map scenes together. And you're like,
an app.
Yeah.
It's an app that just builds it for people. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Her phone generator. She's like, I could put this on YouTube.
Exactly.
Well, it's almost over. Let's see if she gets her epic moment.
Then ask them.
She kind of got it. Look, I'll give her a little bit of credit. I'll have to pull it back. She kind of, I mean, does this count? Oh, wow. Look at that. That's her big selfie.
Guess.
She got it. She did it. She did.
A selfie from them or with them?
Good old internet.
Who is this lady? Jesus Christ.
All right.
What even is she?
Is the biggest fan of the secret space program you'll ever find, and she got to meet her heroes, even though they were like Bigfoots to her, blurry, out of focus with her shitty phone camera. Thank you, Pete. Absolutely. So thanks to everyone for hanging out. I know I'm doing a weird weeknight stream. This is Wednesday Weirdos, or whatever the fuck it is, where we get into these guys. I want to thank you so much, Chris, for being on. Unmute yourself. Thanks for being on. You got anything to plug, buddy? What you got going on?
Yeah, I guess last week I was on a new show called Let's Get Nuts on the Ben Thomas channel, and it's a lot of movie news and stuff like that, and that was pretty fun. If you want to just hear me being cynical and rude, you could check that out. Let's Get Nuts on the Ben Thomas channel.
All right, check it out. Let's Get Nuts, Ben Thomas channel. And how you doing, Dre? You ready to get out of here, huh? Let's get back to our night, right?
I mean, it's West Coast time, and I have not had dinner yet. But that's my own fault for jumping on before getting anything. But it's we're working back out the timings of going from East Coast, West Coast, and all in that the other.
And Central too. That's where I am. All right, Louisiana, and yeah, we are working it out. That's why it is weird. I'll do these streams at certain times, and my co-hosts are all on the West Coast. They're all early people now, so it's like shit. But I want to thank everyone for hanging out. And what are you guys doing? Hit the like button. What is even going on? And yes, we are getting out. Thanks everyone for hanging out. We'll be back. There'll be more Wednesdays Weirdos or something. We'll do something. Until then, discontinue. And good night.
I just wanted hello. I just wanted hello. She drives her soul insane. She got the mark that came to me.
She got the powers to be. She like the BBC to me.
She getting it out of tight like be a dynamite to me.
She got the savoir-faire. She get it everywhere.
I just wanted hello.
Now he's dead to me.
I just wanted hello. She hit me up all night like she was kryptonite to me.
She ran the galaxy like it